Tonight, a problem right here in Texas became a major focus of the first Democratic debate. The candidates were fired up over a photo you've likely seen by now. If you haven't, we want to warn you, it is graphic, but represents one part of the immigration crisis unfolding right now. This is a father and daughter who drowned in the Rio Grande near Brownsville. Tonight, we know they were trying to get to North Texas. Oscar Alberto Martinez Ramirez and his daughter Valeria were heading to Irving, where they have family. And now a local activist group is raising money for their funerals. And just tonight, another body was found along the Rio Grande. Now, that image and the larger issue of border security set the candidates off, especially the two Texans on stage. Political reporter Jason Whiteley is here with what went down.
You know, Chris, Democrats clearly got their money's worth tonight when they were watching this debate. You know, it was Julian Castro's team who is no doubt feeling probably pretty good about his performance at this hour. It's the former San Antonio mayor and housing secretary. He's usually pretty measured in his responses. We've seen him for years in Texas, but clearly not so far in this campaign.
Welcome to the first Democratic debate.
Tonight's debate, the first official event of the 2020 election. Elizabeth Warren got the first question and seemingly the most attention on this night. She shared center stage with Beto O'Rourke. And watch what happened when he was asked a question about health care.
Just to be very clear, I'll give you 10 seconds. Would you replace private insurance?
No, I think the choice is fundamental to our ability to get everybody cared for.
Private insurance is not working for tens of millions of Americans. When you talk about the co-pays, the deductibles, the premiums, the out-of-pocket expenses, it's not working.
That's right.
Can you
so
defend
for
the
those
system
for
that's
whom it is not working, they can choose Medicare. For the culinary workers in Nevada who I listened to, who negotiated for those plans,
But it was immigration and that horrible image of a young father and his daughter who drowned in the Rio Grande that sparked the most passion, especially from San Antonio's Julian Castro.
Watching that image of Oscar and his daughter Valeria is heartbreaking. It should also piss us all off. Oscar and Valeria went to a port of entry, and then they were denied the ability to make an asylum claim. So they got frustrated, and they tried to cross the river, and they died because of that.
The only real debate was between the two Texans. Castro going after O'Rourke, saying the former congressman still wants to prosecute some people who cross the border illegally. O'Rourke responded that he wants to hold human traffickers accountable.
Title 18 of the U.S. Code, Title 21, and Title 22 already cover human trafficking. I think that you should do your homework on this issue. If you did your homework on this issue, you would know that we should repeal this section.
This is just the first of many debates to come, as candidates try to differentiate themselves in a crowded Democratic field.
So 10 of them on stage tonight. Did anybody win?
It's the big question. Think of this kind of like the first day of school when you get to meet everyone in class. That's kind of, what we saw here tonight. We'll see it again tomorrow night with another group of 10 too. One interesting point you saw in the story there, Bill de Blasio, the New York mayor, it wasn't just Julian Castro, but de Blasio also interrupting Beto O'Rourke during his answers tonight. Clearly, he's trying to get out there. He thinks that O'Rourke might be a threat, a potential front runner, and we'll see what the polls say tomorrow.
Yeah, it says something when you see who the other candidates are going after.
That should tell you a lot.
Yeah, it's a mark of strength. Thanks, Jason.
Sure.
Well, we know President Trump was watching. In fact, he described the debate with one word: boring. And he'll likely be watching again tomorrow for day 2 of the debates. Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, and Kamala Harris among the candidates who will take the stage. Now to a father.